Hello, and welcome back to another new playthrough, that being Hand of Fate 2, where we're going to continue the story of the first game. Kind of. Oh, one moment. Recording curse, I tell you. Whenever you start recording, something comes up. Anyway, could talk about a lot here about the second game, but better to let the game talk for itself. So let's go new game. Let's start Hand of Fate 2.
Your memories are fading even now, gone to form the soul of the game we play. These pieces are new, as are the stakes. Life, death, and vengeance. We must ride, for time is short, and you have much to learn. Make your first choice, and let us set these wheels in motion once more.
Awesome. So first we choose male or female. In this case, I'll choose male because feels more appropriate for me.
These cards represent your history and our game. We know where they end, for you are here. Therefore, these cards must guide you to my side. Let us see what the journey holds.
The Fool.
The fool steps into nothingness, because they know no better. In the same way, you must step into the void. You are a blank slate, and together we will write your history.
You stumbled many miles through the forest in search of thieves who robbed you. Though exhausted and hungry, you are determined to reclaim your father's amulet. You finally catch sight of thieves hacking at a tree and arguing among themselves. We can move closer to eavesdrop or keep your distance. Let's move closer.
Every element of the game has been improved, even those that seem at first glance familiar. Do not worry, you will soon understand the nuances.
Didn't actually pay attention, but I think this is fine. Creeping forward, you heard the leader spouting orders. It's simple, he says. The idiots walk down the road, you push over the tree and jump out. They'll be too scared to put up a fight and we'll get rich. Why don't we just jump out and stab him? One retorts. Another hooded figure chimes in. Yeah, corpses don't put up a fight either. Frustration rises in the leader's voice. The Empire doesn't care if a few farmers lose some sprouts, but drop a corpse on the royal road, and the place will be filled with soldiers before you even spend a coin. We don't need the trouble. Now quiet, here they come. You soon spot a group of farmers coming around the corner, bringing in their wares to the market. The thieves fell the tree onto the path of the unsuspecting farmers and leap weapons brandished. Give us all your food. Leap to defend the farmers, offer to help the farmers, warning them it won't come free, or help the thieves. Yeah, we're helping the farmers. You draw your weapon with practice skill. Well, the leader's voice says, you lads can handle this. I'll meet you when you're done. And now we fight the Four of Greed. Different than last time. Last time bandits were Four of Dust, or generally dust cards. Fuck. Violence for the sake of violence and theft for the sake of money. Thieves attack frequently and can evade standard attacks, making heavy weapons less effective. Controls, as you can see. Let's go. We just normal attack as normal. When the icon goes green above one head, we can block. We can now use a finisher because a weapon is glowing in the top right. And that's pretty much it. Just beat the shit out of them. Oh, that's actually a finisher. The other was a weapon ability. Whoops. Like this. And all farmers survived and we beat them up. Nice. Oh, we beat the thieves up. The farmers fumble in their hiver sacks in gratitude. Thank you, you adventurer. I'm sure that after they took our food, they would have taken our lives as well. Gain some food. And more food. You fall on the food with a sigh, shoveling bread in your mouth to quell your hunger. Your satisfaction only lasts a moment before you realize your father's amulet is not among the takings. The leader must still have it. You set your feet determined to find him. A friend in need. While enjoying a moment beside the fire, you spy a strange figure approach your camp. It's a goblin, dressed in what must pass for goblin finery. From beneath a filthy fox pelt serving as an ill-fitting wig, the goblin winks at you with wild red eyes. Aha, I've been roaming for hours trying to find you. We must get this over with quickly if I have any hopes of getting to all the people on my list before sunrise. It lowers a sack from its shoulders. Now, from within my sack can conjure whatever your heart desires. The goblin's voice trails off as he examines his sack. Well, I could if there wasn't a blooming great hole in it. His head disappears entirely into the bag until his bulbous nose protrudes from the breach. New plan then? The goblin pulls out his last trinket. You want a warrior's axe, soldier's sword, or shield? Axe is two-handed, has high damage, high crit strike, and does well against armored enemies like the corrupted. Sword, again, has criticals. Oh, the ability is critical strike after 8 hits. Repose, which is good against northerners, which is something we'll see, and is one-handed. And shield, which is just a better shield. I'll go for the sword in this case. Also, this is 15 damage versus 21. Let's equip it. A wise choice. Now I must go. There are many others I must visit before I can rest. The goblin runs off into the night, his fox wig flapping in the evening breeze. Finding forest folk.
This card has a token. Can you find it?
Your journey through a forest is interrupted by an inquisitive child. Are you searching for the forest folk? My uncle says that they used to walk these woods giving out gifts. I want to find one and ask for a lemon cake. As they dash off to peer under the nearby log, the child shouts back, Remember, if you meet the forest folk, give me a lemon cake. In the other direction, an eerie song hangs in the air. You attempt to find its origin. Let's go for 2. Nice. You follow the song through thicket and stream until you find an open glade bathed in golden sunlight. You find an aged maiden, her posture bent like the bogs of a forest. Not sure I said that right. It has been 12 winters since I had a visitor. Her voice is out in whisper, yet it thunders in your ears. You may visit me when you are in need, adventurer.
This is yours now. Even if you lose the challenge, you have earned this token. Nothing could be more fitting now than meeting the mage who started this all. Or at least, started it all for you.
A trail of fallen trees and distraught farmers leads you to the thieves who had stolen your amulet. It seems their infighting has only gotten worse. The bandits surround their former leader, weapons drawn. Everyone will get their fair share. There's no need for violence, the leader implores. Whoever heard of thief talking about fair share, spits one. You turn up and boss us around. We barely stab anyone. It's been days since I stabbed someone. Days. The leader notices you approach and waves you over. As much as I'd love to continue their discussion, regarding stabbings, I'm afraid I have an urgent business with my associate here. As he greets you, he whispers, Keep me alive and there'll be plenty of gold in for your trouble. Let's tell him the gold cannot replace the amulet he stole. He holds up a finger. First rule of negotiations, never let them know what you want. Kill my associates and I will gladly return your amulet. Ever reliable, the thieves draw their blades to mug you. The leader hurries away to hide. Give us your stuff or we'll stab you. Well, guess I'll beat you up. Could have given them my gold and food, but let's just beat them up. I'm good at beating people up. Is that something good to say? Yeah, well. Remind me, can I lock on people? No. Let's block this. Oh, did he just do 2 attacks? Didn't even notice that he was going for a second one. And I failed to dodge that one. Or block. Good job, me. Let's finish her. I was mid-finisher and you hit me. That's rude, game. Okay, this guy's at least almost dead. Alright, we do have mid-talking. Thank you. We do have an ability that recharges there. Lets me stun an enemy. But we... Well, it's a trinket that lets me stun an enemy. But I forgot about it. Until now. And then I got hit for using it. Oh well. With the battle resolved, the thief leader nods in approval at the carnage before him. He holds out a hand. The name is Malaclips, Bard Extraordinaire. His smile fades under your withering glare. Sensing your anger, he raises his hands in surrender. Wait, let's not be hasty. We're all on the same side here. I'm an upstanding citizen, just like you. I've been working with the thieves, yes, but only for the greater good. No, really. They were killing people before I came along. I know it seems bad, but look. He pulls out an amulet from his pocket, presses it into your hand. All is forgiven, yes? You stare at the amulet. It does not look familiar. Oh? Malaclips says, scratching his head. He opens a small satchel. So which one is yours? We can go for lion, sphinx, bull, or eagle. Let's go bull. I really don't know if these even matter, but I like the bull. The ox amulet. Sure. It suits you. It suits you. Very similar facial structure. Say, you know what? I'm lonely. You're lonely. We should work together. We should probably get to know one another, seeing as we're going to be friends for life, Malaclips says. Tell me, where are you from? And I guess we now get a spoony bard with us. And now we get to decide our character. Are we from... Well, choose an appearance. From, I guess, marshes? Mountains and forests? Jungle? I don't know. City? So I think this is like... Kinda Caucasian? Kinda Asian? No idea what you're supposed to be. Maybe like... Nordic? And this is like, well, black. I like this. As for my look, I can pretty much only choose between a few hairstyles, which sucks. Let's just go for a simple one. This one. Nah, I don't like the sides being empty, which pretty much every hairstyle has. I'll go for this one. We choose the ox. And color scheme. I do like having the white here. Yeah, I like the white cape. Makes me stick out easier, more. And that's going to be our character. Let's go back out. From Clearwater, eh? You don't say. Good swords from Clearwater. Very trusting. Oh, by the way, I mean, we friend, Omani Tovignus of the Thieves Guild. He's quite angry at us. We should journey to Mirebridge together to appease him. Some gold might help. Although, come to think of it, I'm rather busy. Malaclips' eyes are pretty a trader hacking up the road, so it'd be best if you can get the gold and meet me there. Oh, yeah, I'm not sure why we agreed to this, but sure.
Smaller pieces of our fates shattered into fragments. Collect enough, and your reward will come in time.
So there's a difference here is, this only has a shard of a token. Have to do multiple things to get more shards and to get a token. You enter a competition of strength at a fair. A gold prize is available to the winner. In the first round of the competition, your opponent is the diminutive Roland, a halfling from a traveling troupe of acrobats. Not the circus. And now we have the first
These
new
dice are
game.
another small game embedded in our game.
We get to roll. 15. Easy.
You are learning.
Roland is no match for your strength. He gives a disappointed backflip off the table and collects his meager winnings. Then cartwheels out the door. 10 gold. You take the reward from the purser on the way out the tavern. When you return, you will compete with the next round for a larger prize.
Water is a symbol for the many thoughts that churn beneath the surface. What is it you're thinking of?
While crossing...
Concern is worrying at your mind. Let it fall into the waters beneath.
You're being very talkative. While crossing a stone bridge, you suddenly find yourself confronted by a villainous band. You could stand and fight the fiends, or throw yourself into mercy of the river. So this is a dice target, this is a fight. I fight. This is also a foe of steel, so not thieves, but actual soldiers. Or I suppose, in this case, well-armed thugs? Might be either or. Guard, the first line of defense against any who question the Empire. The Empire enemies wear armor that reduces damage by 3, rendering light weapons less effective. So, let's fight them. Thankfully, they attack less often and generally only with one attack. So, as long as you're good at guarding, you're pretty much fine against guards. Nice stun him, which means now I deal extra damage to him and he cannot attack at all. There's a finisher, or a weapon ability, which kinda is a finisher. Ah, I thought I killed him before that. Oh well, took some damage I shouldn't have. Having spilled your enemy's blood, you search their bodies for anything useful. Gain an equipment card. Shield. Yes, please.
Defense, you can do better given time.
And some life.
Celebrations in aid of what? You see how quickly the actions of the usurper are turned into tales for children.
Nearing the sleepy hamlet of Dulwich, you find the villagers in the midst of some kind of celebration. Much of the activity concerns a large paper, a wooden statue depicting a fearsome warrior looming triumphantly over a prone lizard man. Follow the parade, or ask the locals. Friendly Stablehand explains, in a bygone age, our town was beset by half men, half lizards. There was no food, no respite, and very little hope. Salvation came in the form of a nameless warrior who hunted the beasts for little more than a handful of coins and a crust of bread. He smiles warmly at the festivities. We honor the warrior like this. Statues filled with food and gold. We take turns smashing it to bits with a club. You're welcome to join us, and you may keep whatever falls out. Follow the parade. The parade ends in the town square. You watch as the villagers take turns smashing the statue with a club and gathering the food and gold. A local notices your interest and asks if you would like a turn. Sure, join in. Huge success. I think it's the second one. I always do this. You wield the club with all your strength, however the blindfold affects your balance and you bring your weapon down on your foot. Oof. All of them are the same for sound right, so oh well. Take damage. Engulfed in shame, you leave the town to the celebration and hope no tales are told of this day. By the way, the people here being talked about is the protag of the first game.
The roads have become even more deadly since the Empire has come to power, despite their promises of the opposite.
The road ahead is blocked by an overturned carriage and a woman calling for help. Please help, she cries. I've been robbed by a band of thugs. Is there anything you can do? Let's try assisting her. We need a 12, which is kind of high. Nice. Average is like 9 or... yeah, about the 9. So, 12 is above average. Thank you. Please accept this as a token of my gratitude. Food. And some gold. And now we go to the final square.
Here
Dead
we come
drop.
to the end of the beginning. running errands for mages. This will become a theme, I dare say.
You arrive at Mirebridge as the sun begins to dip below the horizon. You find Malaclips perusing a selection of cheeses by the market. Ah, if it isn't my good friend, the adventurer. Did you bring the gold? Vignes has arrived to meet at the graveyard. Let's go. You wonder whether the spot was chosen for its seclusion or for easy body disposal. Vignes greets Malaclips with a sly grin. Looks like you turned up after all, and with a lackey in tow. We had our doubts, you know. Greed of Anarchy. Or Anarchist of Greed? Vignes cracks his knuckles and giggles. Well now, Malaclips, convince me. What's to stop me from cutting off your head today? You reveal your gold as Malaclips scrunches in his pockets for some too. The heavy satchel of riches lands at Vignes' feet with a thud that echoes through the silence of the cemetery. That's our deal done, Malaclips says, worry obvious in his voice. No need for any further troubles. I'm sorry, Mal, Vignes grins. You should have known the guild was never going to let you pay with cash stolen from our members in the first place. And I guess we fight. Oh well, it's a boss fight. Or I guess a boss fight. Should have figured there's always a mini boss or boss at the end of these. A flamethrower. Vignes the Crazed. Treacherous and greedy, a dangerous combination. Anarchists throw flaming bombs that cause fire damage. Your armor is of no use here. So, in this case, I think it's best we fight the normal thieves. And then eventually move up to Vignes. Up. Make sure to dodge them, by the way. There we go. Thankfully, we're in mid-animation, so we didn't have to worry about any damage from that. Oh, finisher. Okay, this is going much better than usual. Let's stun him, which now means I deal extra damage. Oh, he tried to breathe fire on me, which is also something he can do. Use a weapon damage and finish him, and now only he is left. Oh, nice try. He's actually quite easy to evade. Just do back and forths here. He breathes fire, you dodge, and hit him from behind. Easy. Malaclips scratches his chin thoughtfully. It seems you could do with someone savvy to help you navigate these tricky matters of diplomacy. Like maybe killing everyone wasn't the best idea. Come, let us discuss our partnership over an ale or two. The Fool.
Well done. You have cleared the first challenge, and now we can move on to the next.
So, for finishing the Fool, we get Cardinal Blade and Bastion of Provocation. Also, Market Thief, Tarts, Pies, and Exotic Lies, Fork in the Road, and Arm Wrestling. Well, the advanced Arm Wrestling. For befriending Malaclips, we gain Malaclips' Problem and the Trickster. For Shadow Beasts have entered the realm. That's a DLC thing, I think. A Fiend in Need and the Peasant Son. And for finding the Forest Folk, we gain the Old Maiden.
Welcome
And
to my
that...
challenges. Together, we will traverse 22 paths of wisdom and despair in the hope of awakening.
And that is going to be it for today. Just in case you don't know, the game functions like we're going through the tarots. We start with the Fool, go to the Magician, High Priestess, Empress, Emperor, and so on, until we reach the final one, which I believe is the World. And yeah, so expect about 22 chapters, I guess. And at minimum 22 episodes, I guess. See you next time when we start the magician. See you all then.